this is it. So if you're sticking around for the new game, can I get a round of beers in the chat? Hello, Carol. What's up? How's things? This is, does it like go black when I tab out? Wow, it does. Weird. Why does it do that? Well, how about this? I just don't tab out. All right, mods. So if you're actually here in modding, you guys actually have to work. So anyway, this is in the House of Silence. This is a little roguelike, little permadeath roguelike of the horror variety. So it's spooky, but like kind of seems spooky in the like, oh, it's spooky themes kind of thing. Not so much spooky as in actual stuff in your face and loud noises. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But it's a creepy roguelike that came out back in Halloween, which looked really cool. And I thought about streaming it back then, ping the dev for a key, and they kind of never got back to me. But recently they just reached out and sent me a key. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's give this thing a shot, because like it looked interesting back then. So it's in early access and there's no reviews for it. So I think every review that is there is positive. So it's kind of hard to tell whether or not a game is going to be good based on that kind of information. So we have minimal news. Chat, congratulations. You get to continue putting beers in the chat because it's Maximus. Jace just gave us a 6 month of that Prime subscription. By the way, that's my cousin, Matt. He's been playing Valheim like everybody else. And you should go follow him on Twitch because he streams things. If I could get a shout out, that'd be cool. But let's dive in here and give this a bash, shall we? You vaguely recall something about a doomed attempt to save a lost sibling, but those memories have so long since faded. You have been in the House of Silence forever, and you don't know the true nature of this eternal reality. All you know is that you must reach the bottom of this you must reach to the bottom of this universe, this House of Silence. So it's arrow keys to move, or WASD, cardinal directions. I'm assuming I can't move diagonally? Nope. Inventory, character stats. Seems easy enough. Yes. Do I have to click it? So do I just go punch things? Well, most of my health is gone. So I'm not entirely certain if I should be running from stuff or if I should be going after things. Looks like we do heal quite a bit. Lost a bit of sanity. I wonder if sanity is more like my permanent health. Map over in the left. I like the shadows. They look pretty standard. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen these shadows before, but it's dark in here. Reminds you of Snoo? What, the shadows? So space is weight. I like how attack is just like smack your head against thing. Just kind of following the walls. This area is pretty big. What are you? Is there a look button? Wondering if there's like a controls thing. I'd like to see all the keybinds. Configure keys, there we go. Weight is space, up, down, left, right, WASD and arrow keys. Character and I. Oh, okay, inventory is also tab. You don't seem particularly interested in hurting me. So I wonder how we get sanity back. There also doesn't really appear to be much in the way of like stuff that I can just straight up pick up. I have a feeling that's going to be happening a few times until I figure out the kind of structure here. It's pity pressing enter doesn't just automatically descend. Damn, that thing does a lot of damage. Okay, so I am collecting bones. Question is, what do I use bones for? 33 bones? Can I just like wait and heal? Oh, I see. Okay, so as time passes, your sanity just drops. The question is, how do I raise my sanity? I'm assuming I have to raise my sanity. That or maybe I get superpowers if my sanity goes low enough. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Kind of reminds me of like Clay's games art-wise. Is this the balancing game of health and sanity? It's just like real life. 49 bones. Maybe I level up if I get enough bones. Get back here. Oh, Jesus. Kill the squeaky toy. I can't tab out, otherwise you guys will cease to be able to see the video game. I can't, like, not crack up at this game. This is funny looking. Come back here, you little fucker. There you are. Yeah, I'm also guessing that. Well, I know that, like, the whole shtick of this game is you take bits of baddies and you put them on you. That's, like, the whole conceit, is, like, you get bits of baddies and you glue them to yourself. It's unsettling. I mean, it is a horror game. Come back here! Eh. Get back here, you little shit. I want to smack you. Try and get out. Eat my face. Ooh, a pill. Drugs. Did that help my sanity? I don't think it did. Oh, I see. Antipsychotics? Oh, regain all sanity. Oh, cool. I'm gonna wait until my sanity hits 10. We're almost there. There we go. All right, so that explains the question about monster heart. Okay, so if I eat the heart of a monster, it gives me 8 to 12 health. So a shitty situation, I eat a heart. Ooh. Spend 100 bones to mutate. Yes, please. All right, so I can gain an arm. A thin arm in the fashion of humans. +3 health, +1 speed, 8 attack, 6 defense. I could get a taloned hand, a taloned limb created specifically for combat. One of the first gifts to man from the hunters. +5 HP, 20 attack, 1 speed, 15 defense. Damn! Or a newborn heart, bunch of health, minus some defense. Let's take that taloned hand. That just seems better than everything else. Choose a part to replace. Ooh. I like this. I could just, like, replace my lower body with it? So I could replace my leg with an arm and lose some movement speed for more attack damage? Okay, this is kind of cool, actually. This is kind of neat. I'm in. I'm all the way in. All right, well, let's replace an arm. So now I just have, like, this warped fucking taloned arm. Come here, you. Splot. Owie. Enemies heal too. Oh, hey, you dropped drugs. Excellent. I mean, it doesn't quite look like you can Caves of Cudify yourself and have, like, 18 arms, but I definitely just, like, ripped my arm off and replaced it with the mutated arm of Distress. Yes, this is a proper roguelike. Like, permadeath boots you back to the starting room when you die. As far as I know, there's no meta progression. Proper roguelike. I mean, it's listed as traditional roguelike. There's nothing about meta progression anywhere in the game from what I can tell. I want to know what happens if my insanity hits 0. I'm assuming I just die. I go nuts. Probably become one of the other creatures in this hole. All right. I'm going to assume that's most of the level. So... I don't know how much variety there is here. I don't know if I can recommend this game. I'm just trying this. Yeah, the art kind of reminds me of Clay or Tim Burton. Actually, I wonder if I could go back and I wonder if I can get multiple mutations from the one mutation point. If I had any real complaints, you kind of move annoyingly slowly. Oh, you can't go back up once you've gone down. Okay. All right, well, that's fair. I also like that you can, like, hear things off in the dark. I need to take an antipsychotic. Kind of wish I could hotkey those to, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something. Splot. I'm really curious about what kind of mutations they have available. The AI seems to be pretty simplistic. I haven't seen too many varieties and patterns or behaviors. They seem to just kind of do the same thing most of the time, but... So far, it's still... It's a neat idea regardless. Like, I don't know if this thing is worth the money the way it currently is, but... Whoop, there we go. There's another mutation. Okay, so the next floor is 200 bones to mutate. There we go. I see. All right, so choose one. Predator leg. Huh, so is that just a normal human arm? Weak legs, not terribly useful. All right, well, let's replace that predator arm. Oh. It's only bonuses to putting it on the leg. I lose some insight if I put it in my eye. I lose a bunch of defense if I put it in there. And I lose everything if I put it in my head. So we'll put it on one of my legs. So now I have like this weird claw thing as my leg. Yeah, that would certainly make sleeping at night easier if you didn't sleep during the day. Oh. Yeah, this is probably not a game to play if you're squeamish, but... Come back here. I feel like they're trapped in here with me, not I'm trapped in here with them. You know what I mean? Come back here, you. I was about to say, do I have any antipsychotics? Yes, I do. So we're okay. Also, it's interesting that they use antipsychotics and not just pills. It's not just like generic drugs, it's actually like antipsychotics. God, I'm OP. There's more pills and more HP. You do heal back kind of quick. There's something around here. There you are. Like, I just one-shot that dude. This level generation could be a little bit more interesting for this area. I'm curious if there's much variety between the zones. So hopefully we can get kind of far in. So now the floors have changed color. I'm wondering if it stays this dark the whole time, or maybe if like I get weird warpy eyes, then things will get better vision-wise. But right now I'm not super fond of how dark it is in here. Maybe the later levels are gonna be crazy hard. It's possible. That or I'm just good at this type of game. I was really like quite enjoying the simple piano music earlier. This music I'm not super enthused by. Although this feels like a game where if I played it a lot, I'd just shut the music off and listen to my own stuff. Put on some atmospheric sounds and just go ham. Like that guy's just like, I challenge you! Just gonna eat a monster heart, not worry about it. I do like the enemy design though. Like everything looks super unique. The world design is a little uninspired, but the actual like character design is really neat. So I'm assuming I need 400 bones probably for the next mutation. I'm curious about level variety and stuff. Because like that starting area was very much like, oh, it's just an open church kind of area with pews and stuff. So I don't know. This game could go places. Ooh, what that? Mark of Cain. Teleport to a random space on the current map. Oh, okay. So it's teleport. Come here, you. I kind of like the, oh, I'm fighting different versions of myself. That's kind of neat. Especially considering they don't really fight back. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of curious about the lore implications of this shit. Oh, shit. My sanity got a little low. Shoutouts for giving me a warning there. Yeah, Freskins. Seems like a game where bosses would be fun. Yeah, I'd be curious to see. Like, I mean, this game's in early access, right? So it's like, it's unfinished, so who knows what the devs' plans are for it, but... No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I haven't played for a super long period of time. I'll give this at least another hour or so. We'll go for at least another hour. Get a couple runs in. Figure out kind of what this game has to offer. Right now, I'm very worried about difficulty, and the reason I'm worried about difficulty is this feels like the sort of game where like, oh, you're gonna play through these early levels a lot, and this game feels very easy. That's my biggest concern with it. I think it has a demo too. Let me check. No, it doesn't. It had a demo. But yeah, no. I mean, for the asking price, and considering they've... How many times has the dev patched this game? Now I'm kind of curious. So since launch, there's been like a few major patches. The last one was on February the 5th. So yeah, devs patching it pretty frequently. Not many people have picked it up though, so. That's always kind of a concern for the longevity of a game like this. It's like, well, is it a hobbyist dev or are they expecting to be making money doing this? Because if they're hoping for money, then that's not super good of a prospect, you know? But yeah, Silver She, I definitely see that. In regards to remind me in 1 year about this game. Yeah, it seems like the game notifies you pretty loudly when your sanity gets low, so I'm just going to kind of ignore sanity until it becomes a problem. I'm kind of curious, though, if, like, this game's probably going to become, like, a resource management thing later on, I would assume. Worrying about sanity and pills and stuff. Like, I have a feeling they'll probably give you less and less resources the deeper you get. I'm just really curious to see how the what kind of options we end up with this stuff, the mutations. Because right now it's like, it seems kind of limiting. What does an antler do? Gives me more attack, some more health. I mean, that predator leg is way better than that. So we're gonna take a predator leg, and I'm going to replace my other leg with a predator leg. Because that just seems way better in every way. I also seem to have plenty of antipsychotics, so. I guess that's my main concern is like, well, how much variety is there in these mutations right now? Because they seem really neat. Like, there's a neat idea there for sure. It's just a question of like, all right, well, how much is there? And there doesn't feel like there's that much strategy right now. But then again, you know, the first time I played Lost Flame, it seemed very bare bones, had no reviews, and seemed like it was missing a lot of shit. And that game is now one of the coolest, like, little roguelikes I've ever played, so. What's up, audio? How's things? Wamp wamp. Come back here, you little eyeball. Splot. What was better? At least it was better. Work not sucking is good. Snow, on the other hand, is awful. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be in that situation. I wonder if the stats of the guys that I'm killing is based on their mutations, or if that's just arbitrary. 800 bones to mutate? Oh, jeez. Not yet. I had the option to put an antler in my eye socket, but I didn't put an antler in my eye socket. Doesn't seem super good for my vision, and my vision's already kind of bad, as you might be able to see. I'm waiting to get tentacle legs that like all these monsters seem to have. But I need 500 bones so I can mutate. Yeah, this music's a little bit grating. The first track was nice. This one's a little grating. Like, look at that thing. It's got, like, weird eyeballs on its hips, and since, like, most of the enemies seem to be, like, weird versions of me, I'm wondering if, like, those are also me. There you are. Come here, you. I want to squeak like you do. I will say the enemy patterns are a little dull. I'm curious about how many AIs they have in this. That's my biggest complaint right now is the enemy AI is a little... Blech. And also the fact that I heal. It's weird that I heal back just passively. Although, you know, snow is also one nice thing. There is one nice thing about snow. As stressful as it can be, it's the only good excuse, or the only genuinely unarguable, decent excuse to be late for work. It's like it snowed a bunch, and I got stuck. It is always a good reason to be late for work. Or like traffic was bad. It's like, well, that's not your fault. That's just, it snowed. I'm kind of tempted to just go and like not explore this whole area. This area is really big. For the speed that you move, the maps feel very large. And I need 800 bones for here, and I only have 462. I'm not going to have enough bones. So let's just go. Also, I'm kind of hoping the next area will change the music. Yay! New music. Or rather, it's the previous music. I guess we've heard both the musics in this game. So where are we now? Also new biome. And sanity's going down. I kind of want to know what happens when sanity hits 0, but I have a feeling it's just going to kill me, so... Nice number of bones. Those squeaky toys I just one slap. Yeah, I think I'm still kind of in the Silvershy thoughts for this game. Like, remind me in 1 year to check this game out again and see how much it's progressed. But right now, I think for the asking price, there's other games that do more, but this is also one of those like, well, you know, those are starting to hurt. If like it's doing a thing that you think is interesting, maybe just pick it up and give it a shot. It seems all right now. I'm just kind of, there's a few parts of this game that kind of make me a little, eh. Like, I don't know if I'd be willing to play through that early level again. Just because it's like, oh, well, I kind of already did that. So if I'm doing the same area again, that kind of sucks. Also, this map is useless because it's not, doesn't show me where I've been. It just shows me like the fog of war areas. Oh, there's a, I kind of like the skewer sound that makes though. I do like the art though. Art's nice. For as weird and unsettling as it is, the art's kind of nice. The sanity going down stuff, though, kind of reminds me of Gauntlet a little bit. Because Gauntlet had energy, not sanity, but... Limited inventory is a little strange for the amount of stuff they're dropping. We'll see you when we see you, audio. Yo, chat, I realize we're a little lurky today, but could I get a round of beers? Curious how many people are listening to the stream right now. Nobody likes an AI that runs away from them. Cheers, guys. Come back here, you twat. I don't know. I guess there's my main issue that this game has currently is like, why would I play this over like Caves of Qud, which is the same price? It's like something like Jupiter Hell has enough variety in it that it's worth it as a separate product, but... Yeah, you just heal back, which I kind of wish you didn't. Because, like, the game's so quick about giving you drops like that. Like, I can't even use it because, like, my inventory is full of antipsychotics. So I kind of wish that you didn't heal as much. If at all. Actually, I think it would be nice to just not heal. You don't need to. There we go. 800 bones to mutate. Okay, so it doesn't... Evil Eye. Ooh. Health, insight. Okay, let's see if getting an evil eye... Let's replace my eye with an evil eye. And that gave me a little bit more visual range, I think. It's just like looking in every which way. I now have a chameleon eye. That's kind of funny. Look at that. That's funny. But like this, just the move, the pace at which you move is the little, yeah. Yeah, quite literally, Carol. Yeah, it's like a derp eye. I kind of like the solo piano music quite a bit. Although I wonder if it's like licensed from somewhere or if this is like a unique soundtrack, because I quite like this piece of music. The other one though, I hope I never need to hear it again, but I will need to if I restart the game. That's just me holding the down arrow. Yeah, it's got a ways to go, I think. So yeah, I can't quite recommend this game, but it's a neat idea. I always feel bad when I say stuff like that, because, like, you know, devs need funding. You should fund devs. Oh, wait, no, the map is showing where I've been. That's weird. There's just no walls on it. So it's like, what, 2 floors in each biome? Maybe 3? Whoa, that's a lot of dudes. We got pills. I still really like the enemy design. Like there's something to this. It's pretty atmospheric too. My major setbacks right now are just like, you move too slow. The enemy patterns could be much more interesting. And I'm not super keen on playing through those early levels a lot. But there's definitely something here. This could become neat. Like, look, I just walked all the way to the end of this, and now it's just like, well, walk back. It's like, oh, God. Like, if I could, like, mouse to move or something, or auto-explore, and, like, jump to a new area, I wouldn't have that problem, but, like, man, you move slow in this. Like, it's glacial pace of moving. Auto-explorers pog until the auto-explore faster than the level loads, like Ultimate Adom. Mark of Cain is a teleportation thing. It's a... When I use it, I teleport. Teleport to a random space on the map. But, like, I've got so many antipsychotics. Maybe... I think they need to tune the... either give me, like, inventory power-ups to, like, fill up my inventory more, or, like... sure. We'll descend. It's fine. Kind of just want to see the game. There's that music again. Might just turn it on and put my own music back on because I got a spooky music playlist, which I have licensed. Ooh, you've got a weird heart. The enemies are still getting weirder, and I like that. I think I like these indoor areas a lot more. All right. No offense, game. Ooh. Shush. Oh, that doesn't actually change anything? Huh. Maybe it does. Why would you turn that down? Why would you turn that down? What? Okay, that like fixes my whole problem with the game. Speed-wise. This is just fine now. Why in the world would you turn that down? Odd. Okay, sure. Like, man, this is moving too slow. Oh, okay, that just... The game just got like 100% more pleasant to play. Ooh, you're strong. Sure, but like I didn't need to look at the like settings menu really. And I didn't notice the turn speed because I've never seen that before in a game like this. Also, I realize my sanity is a little low. Ow. Starting to get a little low, though. Ooh. That hurt a little bit. All right, whatever mutation we get next, we need something that gives me HP. Got him. I feel like the game just started because I suddenly feel like I'm at risk. Which is cool. I mean, yeah, an indication on which one makes the game run faster would be cool. Okay. Also, like, a look button to, like, show me the stats of the enemies and what makes them stronger would be neat. Also, some enemies appear to not hurt me and others do, which is interesting. Some I'm just, like, farming for bones. The level generation in this area is much more interesting. Ooh. I don't quite want to go down yet. I'd like to get a mutation on this floor if possible. Oh, thought that killed you. There we go. 1,600 bones. Okay, so we need some more bones. Ooh. But yeah, no, that's like so much more pleasant. I don't know. I feel like they should leave the game speed at fast as possible by default, but I don't know who's testing this game, so. Like, and as far as I'm concerned, roguelikes are best. And chat, I don't know if you guys let me know if you agree or disagree on this. I think that roguelikes should move as fast as the player can hit the button. So if you can hit the button that fast, you should be able to move that fast. That's how you make roguelikes feel good. Like, if I can just, like, hold the button down and fly across the map in a few seconds, they should let me do that. No, to trigger the altar, I need 1,600 bones. It doesn't matter. You want fajita? Dude, I would love fajita. Fajitas sound great. You're gonna make fajita? Make me one too. I'll take two. Two fajita. Although, I don't know if this is even planned for this game, but if we ever get, like, weapons as alongside of the mutations, that would be really cool. Or, like, powers or something. Because I think that could be really neat. So fast your brain can't process the game. Yeah, I mean, like, I want all games to move Jupiter hell fast. That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to move faster than the game can load in textures sometimes, which I've actually done in Jupiter hell. When there's enough, like, physics objects on the ground, there's times where I'm moving faster than the game can actually load in creatures. Or textures, rather. Man, I do feel like the regen is a bit intense. And I would also, like, balance the sanity so that it doesn't go down when you're just exploring, but it goes down when you're near enemies. I mean, yes, no, there's a lot of like things to think about with Don't Starve with this, for sure. It's got that kind of Tim Burton-ass aesthetic to it. Although there doesn't seem to be any hallucinations. I think you just die if your sanity meter goes down. But, you know, this is a game in early access on Steam, and who knows how many games the devs made before, if any, so. Ah, dang it! I thought I had 1671, not 1571. Where's Squeakums McGueekums? Come here, little guy. There we go. Yeah, Diamond. Also, sup, Sam. I need something that gives me more health. So this lowers my defense, but increases my health. Sure, let's try it. Instructions unclear. Replaced eyeball with heart. Huh. So wait, where would I put this? There's no good place to put that. Instead, I'm going to take another hand and replace my other arm with it. I kind of wish instead of like replacing limbs, it was like, oh, it just attaches the limb to you. Oops. Like, go Caves of Cud with it. What if I want 9 legs? Like, if you're gonna body horror me, but let me body horror me. It just makes the upgrades seem kind of limited. I'm down for Fleshy Cogmind. Body horror mind. I'm in. Ugh. I wish I could look at Cogmind without getting eye strain, but because the game is designed to be in dark mode, it's very difficult. Like, you can tweak colors, but not quite enough. I need to mess with it more, but... Cogmind is so pretty looking. That being said, it's like, it gives me eye strain, but man, I love that game's, like, ASCII art. The game is genuinely beautiful. I get seasick watching Nuclear Throne too. But then again, there's lots of games that I can watch where I can't play. Like, I can watch Cogmind, no problem. I can't play Cogmind for really long periods of time. At least the way I had it set up the last time I played. I need to try again and try all of the other fonts that they've added and see if it's worth trying to go back. This game feels more like it's about resource management than actually, like, managing the stress. It's more like, if I have the pills, I'm good. If I don't have the pills, then I'm not good. Cogmind's ASCII mode is nifty. You've been messing with a custom launcher and custom fonts. Does it, yeah, Yeah, I need a version of Cogmind that doesn't have that pitch black background, which as of last time I checked wasn't changeable within the game. But basically, if it could have like a dark gray background, I'd probably be okay and less dependent on font. But the pitch black background makes it very difficult to play. How many bones do I need for that? 3,200? Jesus, I don't think I'm gonna have enough bones by the end of this. Even if I kill everything on the floor. Yeah, I kind of wish there was like gear and clothing as well as the mutations. Because like just the mutations feels a little light. I really want to know what happens if that hits 0. I really want to know, but I also don't want to like just, you died. Because I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Should science that after I die. Those guys hurt. Yeah, as soon as I figured a way of running Cogmind so that it doesn't give me Ice Drain, I'm going to set that game up so that I can stream it and maybe toss it into the Patreon game bucket. Otherwise, I'll just stream it. Because I know I'd like Cogmind. Everything I've seen about that game mechanically looks fantastic. Actually, I'm kind of curious. How many people here have finished Cogmind? Because I'm curious, how long is a run of Cogmind? So I actually don't know how long that game is now that I think about it. Because I thought it was like in like the 2 to 4 hour kind of range from the bits I've heard from people. So far, the biggest up I've seen from this game is the enemy design and kind of the theme are the biggest positives I've seen from this so far. Everything else about this game feels a little content light right now. Music's a bit repetitive. Oh, you just picked it up Sunday? Gotcha. 40, yeah, like 48 hours? Okay. I mean, that I wouldn't necessarily call 48 hours. I think like Jupiter Hell's short. Jupiter Hell is like under 2 hours. Or 2 hours tops is Jupiter Hell, right? And that's kind of short. 4 to 8 hours is kind of like medium for me. Whereas a long game is like anything above 10. I do kind of wish that the levels were like half the size. Like, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but the levels here kind of feel a bit big. And I feel like I'm just kind of aimlessly walking around a bit. Especially like, this is me going from one end of the map all the way to the other end of the map. Oh, it's like, actually, no, I might as well just leave because I'm not going to have enough for that. But it's like, moving around these maps, they feel way too big. I really actually wish the map gen was smaller. That or there was like some way to like jump to exit or teleport to exit once everything was dead. Because having to run all the way across the map then all the way back with like my sanity going down just kind of sucks. Ooh. Ooh. While surviving on mind-altering pills. It's a programmer's life. These aren't bugs, though. I think they're mutated forms of me. Because I'm slowly mutating. Every time I get enough bones and find an altar, I gain a mutation. So I'm actually like wondering if they're all like different mutated versions of me. If you rush, you die. Fair enough. Okay, so then Cogmine's like medium length then. Not quite what I would call super long, but like 8 to 12 hours or 4 to 12 hours, depending on who you ask. Yeah, it's like medium length for me. Oh, also, I wish the UI was controllable with the keyboard, because I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not. You have to grab the mouse. I don't ever want to touch a mouse. Also, considering I can't move with the mouse. That was something actually that blew my mind with A Door in the Woods. Was one of my big pieces of feedback for that game was, yo, let me control the UI with the keyboard. And then he added it in and then took it out before release. Like it caused a bug or something and just took it out and never put it back in. I was like, what? But we were able to do that. It was perfect. Why'd you change it? I don't know. It's definitely their first game listed on Steam. I don't know if they've had any other projects in the past. So I don't know. It's definitely their first game that they have listed on Steam. It wouldn't surprise me if it's their first project. The thing is, though, Brogue is also really good as a keyboard-only game. Yeah, I think I'm kind of still with Silver She on this. This might be a good one to like check back in with in a year. Which I can do. We'll see how far we get or how long it takes this game to kill me. Because like that's my biggest concern right now is it just doesn't have any difficulty to it whatsoever. Mostly due to the regenning health. Like, I would straight up just remove the regen health. And make sanity drop really fast whenever you're within vision range of enemies. So, like, being stealthy could be more of an option. And, like, I like the bones system, but maybe, like, spend maybe, like, how about this? What if you gained sanity back when you didn't see any enemies and lost sanity when you saw enemies, thus making you want to avoid the enemies? You could kill them as an option, but maybe make it better to not kill them. And so, and then you spend sanity on your mutations. Does that make sense? So you're trying to gather pills to spend sanity on your mutations, and it suddenly becomes a game more about sneaking around baddies until you get strong enough to fight them. Versus, like, just face stomping everything and regenning health because you're fucking Iron Man, you know what I mean? Like, I think that would be, like, a much more interesting take on this kind of formula. Here's the thing. I'm totally down for that because I can't stand Don't Starve. Totally down for that. Much darker Don't Starve, but there's no mutations in Don't Starve, at least I don't think. I don't think you ever have, like, antlers growing out of your eyeballs. In this game, you definitely can have antlers growing out of your eyeballs. Besides, it's not like Don't Starve has a copyright on, fucking sanity meters. Very common video game trope. Come back here. I'm not talking about special finishes or anything. I'm just talking about like a standard game. But I'm aware that Cogmind has different endings. Oh, come here. Yeah, these ones that still look like me seem to just kind of run away. 3,200 bones. Well, that wasn't where I intended to move. Really? You're gonna make me do that every time? $3,200. Well, I've almost got enough bones, so just gotta find one more person. Although I kind of just want to move on. I don't know. It's just if I were to do a game like this with sanity meters, that's how I would do it. Because then it would be a little bit more of the horror theme that they're going for. Because it would make me want to avoid enemies, and if I'm not staring at them as much, then they seem scarier. It's like, oh, spooky sounds off in the dark. Versus the, oh, look, it's just another one of those, you know? Yeah, I mean, Darkest Dungeon also does that, right? And it's to the point where, like, oh, certain enemies will just attack your sanity. Yeah, and then you could also just have, like, passive things in the environment, like maybe close to an exit that just hurts your sanity when you walk past it. And you need, like, certain mutations to get past certain things, or certain kinds of mutations. Maybe the more mutations you get, the less sanity loss you take from enemies. So as you gain mutations, you can get to a point where suddenly you can fight a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to wait for a little bit and heal. Kind of like the clock sound as turns tick. It's kind of neat. Got him. Yeah, I realize I got the 3,600, but I need to find one now. See, this is all of a sudden a lot cooler because I'm low on health and I have no health items. Especially because of how the sound design works. It's like, well, I'm just going to spend my time walking away from things. It's like, woo, health bars in the dark. I don't know what that is. Yeah, this is like significantly cooler, right? But are those tiny clocks in the ground? Yeah, they look like it actually. Like this is much cooler now. Cuz it's like okay, I'm like having to think about every move. I'm just hoping that the developer gets to watch this VOD or something or see this as kind of feedback cuz a lot of these smaller games like the biggest hurdle that a lot of them have is like QA. All right, I've got health now, so I can... Ooh, you're scary. But I like that. That's cool. That's good. You should be scary. Like, every roguelike could learn from Caves of Qud that you need to know when you have to just run. And I feel like a horror roguelike should have that as a very real thing. Okay, I could probably fight you. Like, I'm still raffle stomping everything, but... This is a lot cooler now, so it's suddenly harder to get resources, making resources significantly more valuable. Yeah, those are tiny clocks. On like a weird fleshy floor. Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that Door in the Woods did really well was you saw an enemy and you looked at it and your only response is, "Oh fuck." Like that is horrifying. I need to run away because one zombie's going to kill me probably. That's what that game did well. But the problem was it did that too well to the point where it ceased to be fun. Yeah, also it's severely lacking in these mutations, which is unfortunate. But what if I replace this on my eye? I don't see as well now, but well, I have an arm coming out of my eyeball. No, it's all good. Enjoy your lurks. I now hit a lot harder, but I don't see as well. Whoa, you're scary. I wonder if there's any power-ups that give me more sanity. That was just a head. Wildermyth is cool. The problem that I have with Wildermyth is I got paid to play it once, so now whenever I stream it, I have to disclose that I was once paid to play that game, and then I'm biased towards it. But Wildermyth is cool. It's one of the reasons why I kind of... getting paid to play video games is nice, but I like to get paid to play video games that are, like, not games I would normally stream, because then, like, I don't have to disclose that every time I play it. It'd also be cool if I could, like, sense enemies in the dark without actually being able to see them. Like, if question marks appeared, like in DF, when you can hear them. It would make it not feel like I'm just staring at empty black all the time, which right now it kind of feels like. See, this person is scary, but because I have resing health, that's not that scary. Like, I've been in this run for like an hour 15 now, it feels like. How long have I been playing this for? 63 minutes? Okay, so I've been in this run for almost an hour. More or less, yeah. Well, maybe not for the rest of my life, but whenever I recommend the game, legally on paper, yes, I would have to disclose that. Will I necessarily get in trouble if I don't? No, but if somebody wanted to get me in trouble for that, in theory, yes. But I could also disclose it by simply putting a thing in my description saying all Dwarf Fortress gameplay is biased, basically. Oh. Wrong spot. How much is the next one anyway? 6,400 bones. All right, well, when I get 6,400 bones, I can do another mutation. Screw that. We'll just leave. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's just eerie. Ooh, I'm indoors all of a sudden. But then again, I don't find this sort of stuff scary. Hello, you. I like this. This is all of a sudden new level gen. I'm suddenly, like, indoors. You find Tome scary? Yeah, Tome is terrifying. Although one of my favorite quotes about scary games is a friend of mine who really, really, really likes horror games and plays a lot of horror games, but he insists that the scariest game he's ever played is Counter-Strike, because when he's full screen on an op, like fully zoomed in on an op and like trying to hit something, and then suddenly his screen just fills up with a dude who shoots him in the head, he says that's the scariest thing he's ever seen. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree. And this is a guy who like has 100%ed every Silent Hill game. I think that's funny as hell, personally. Well, now I'm getting less antipsychotics, so. I'm starting to think that, like, I should just go down to the lower floor as soon as I find the stairway and not bother looking for anything else. Because I don't feel like any of these mutations have necessarily made me stronger, and time is my biggest enemy here. Although I'll say this, if I beat this game on my second run, I can tell you right now it's too easy. And I don't know how long this game is, but like we've been in this run for a bit. And I'm not necessarily being careful. But yeah, no, I agree. See, now we're finding all kinds of pills. I agree with Tome being scary just purely because like Tome can kill you in one shot and you can lose 15, 20, 30 hours of progress in 1 second. Look at all these pills. It's a smorgasbord. The trailer for 8? Oh, Silent Hill. No, I haven't actually. No, you mean not Silent Hill. You mean Resident Evil 8? Village? Because that I've seen. But they're not making a Silent Hill game. Although I would say Silent Hill 2 actually did. The little bit that I did play of that game did genuinely scare me. You're confusing the two? Yes. You're thinking Resident Evil, not Silent Hill. If there was a new Silent Hill game, people would be freaking out. Yeah, so far the best portion of this game was that little period of time there where I was like stuck between a rock and a hard place of baddies. Also a little game that I stumbled upon recently called Crash. I linked it on the Discord. I need to stream that at some point. Play a little bit of it. Give it a whirl. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow. Or if I do a late night stream on Thursday, which is pretty likely, I think. Yeah, if there was a new Silent Hill, the internet would explode. Although, didn't Konami like suggest that they may or may not be working on Silent Hill products, but they used the term products, which means Silent Hill Pachinko, the sequel, coming out soon. But they already made one, so they're going to make another one. Although nothing is as good as the Castlevania Pachinko machine. See, I like this area. This area is eerie. I like this area a lot. Problem is, it's 45 minutes into the game. Versus those big, dull, boring open areas. This game's pacing and level design lends itself much more to these little tunnels. Also, they're much more claustrophobic. Like, the game feels kind of spooky in this area. Versus just feeling kind of corny. Although I love how I keep using pills and then immediately, like... It's okay. You don't need to worry about me running out of sanity because the whole screen warps when I get low. This isn't like Jupiter Hell where, like, I'll just randomly die. I still have that get out of jail free teleport card. Although watch it like teleport me into a crowd of enemies. We don't even know if that kills me yet. I'm just assuming it does. For all I know, running out of sanity is just turbo mode. Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. See, now HP, that's a much bigger concern. How long the game is, or Silent Hill products? What did you look up? These are a lot of dead ends. Also, I wonder, actually, does this area have new music? Or maybe, like, there's no music in the area when I... You know what? I'm just going to leave the music off. It's fine with none. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I like this area, but it's making me want an auto-explore even so much more. Still, though, I think the weirdest choice in this game is the, ooh. Although I don't have 6,200 bones. Yeah, 400. 6,400 is what I need. The weirdest decision is the game speed thing. That's the only, like, thing that's in this game that makes me go, why? I wonder if... I don't think there's any, like... Yeah, there's no way to make the map bigger. A way to make the map bigger would also be nice. Although it's pretty clear. See, that's what insanity does when your insanity's super low. Or your sanity's super low. I don't know if anybody here has tried it, but I have the full version of Ultimate ADOM now, which is out on the 18th. Which is Thursday. So over the weekend, we get to try proper Ultimate ADOM. Or maybe I'll do that on, like, Thursday night. I could do that for a late night stream. But I don't know who here has tried the demo if you have, but the full game looks quite a bit better than the demo. Okay, where the fuck's this exit, Dan? What if, like, this is just how the game ends right now? There's just no exit. I'm looking at the map. I don't see anywhere I haven't explored. Number of bones, 11 of 11. Oh, am I on the last level? Huh. That's interesting. Ah, pretty good, Bobtron. I think we beat the game, chat. Yeah, I think we beat the game. Unless, like, I'm missing something. I think we beat the game. Oh, the Mark of Cain, this thing? Yeah, it just teleported us to somewhere we've already been. There's a crack in that floor tile, but those are common. Let's see if I can get enough for another mutation. All right, yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of neat ideas here, but sheesh. It's kind of, yeah, I would set an alarm and see where this game's at in a year. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is set an alarm and see where this game's at in a year. Because definitely needs more time in the oven. Let's try to run out of insanity. Should I take all of the antibiotics first? What do you think, chat? Do I press spacebar and wait one more turn? Or do I take all of the pills first? All right. What if the exit appears when my sanity goes down, though? Keeping an eye on the map. I doubt it at this point. Like Dungeons of Dreadmore kind of has that cartoony look to it. Like, this shit's cool. Like, there's a lot of neat stuff here. But, man, I really wish that it had better balancing. Because, crikey, this game's easy. I don't know why I said crikey. Yeah, it felt like the game didn't start until the 9th floor, yeah, for sure. Then there was like that one period where I had no healing items and I had to be really careful and avoid every enemy. If the whole game felt like that, this would be a recommendation. But as it sits, if you're interested in the theme, chuck it on your wish list. But like, needs more time in the oven. They already lowered the spawn rate of antipsychotics, too. Decreased the speed of predator legs and default legs. They added the ability to customize key bindings. Minor visual improvements. Yeah, no, I'm genuinely curious to see where this game is at in a year. Interesting. So it used to have stairs up, and it used to have more items. Wonder why they removed all of the items. Player gains bones by killing enemies and can spend those bones on a shrine. Yeah, it looks like this game's already gone through massive overhauls. Windscreen now shows your time at the bottom of the right corner. So did it just not spawn me an exit? Or is there a... Hold on. Yeah, it's floor 1 of 11, so we were on the last floor. Odd. Also, why did I start with 700 bones? Hold on. What? New game. Why did it start me with 700 bones? Do you retain some bones when you die or something? Weird. Well, regardless, seems kind of cool. New games have some sort of meta progression element. I mean, maybe you keep a percentage of your bones in the next run, but you don't fucking need that. You get tons of bones. I mean, it doesn't say anything about meta progression. That almost felt like a bug, though. See, now I have no bones. You know what'd be cool is if I could cut off my limbs for bones. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. Odd. Not a roguelike? I'm not going to go claiming anything because that didn't feel like it was the way it was supposed to be. But maybe you do retain some of your bones? I don't know. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like a game counter bug. And then you seem to get that item on the first floor. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that got me 1 bone. Let's beat myself up a bit. I don't know. I like the game's theme a lot. And that's kind of enough for me to come back. And unlike other games that I've played in the past, it's not unpleasant to play now that I fixed the movement problem. All right, save and quit, new game. Yeah, no, like you don't retain any of your bones. That's bizarre. So yeah, that must have been a bug. Me starting with 700 bones must have just been a bug. That's a weird one. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. I like it. I like the idea and I like the theme, but there's not enough here currently, straight up. Like, I don't recommend it, but I like it. Is that a weird thing to say? It's like very mixed. Like, theme's cool. There's a lot of potential here, but currently, yeah, it's hard to recommend. Unless it's one of those like, oh yeah, I believe in this project. And I don't know if I necessarily believe in it. But I enjoyed it for what it's worth. I kind of wish it actually gave me a win screen. Although maybe I was supposed to like find an item in there. I don't know. Perhaps there was something I was supposed to do in the basement. But who knows? The game didn't exactly give me much information or many tells or ideas of what I was supposed to do. So, trying to think. Fuck it. Let's do something completely different. Let's go play some Big Brain Minesweeper. So I want to stream a little longer. So